Hi and welcome to part 2 of the Uberbike tubeless setup video. In our first video we covered the fitment of both our Race Matrix tubeless rim tape and AirTech tubeless valves. We'll put the link for this video in the description below. In today's video we'll finish off the tubeless conversion by installing the tyres and adding the Uberbike Race Matrix tyre sealant. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our future uploads. If you're new to tubeless setups, converting your wheels is one of the best upgrades you can do to your bike, as punctures are virtually eliminated. You can run lower tyre pressures without the risk of pinch flats, which in turn provides more grip, and are generally much lighter than standard inner tube setups. The Uberbike Race Matrix tubeless tyre sealant is developed and manufactured here in the UK, and is formulated to quickly and effectively seal punctures, porous tyre walls and leaky rim beads, eliminating the hassle of inner tubes or patches. The sealant can be used in lower pressure mountain bike applications, as well as higher pressures of gravel and road bike tyres, and anything else in between. When we were looking at different ways to produce the sealant, we found that one of the things we didn't like about latex-based sealants is that over time and during normal use, the ammonia solution that keeps the sealant liquid will slowly begin to evaporate. This causes the latex particles in the sealant to bind together, which eventually ends up looking like this, which as you can imagine isn't that effective at sealing punctures. Our Race Matrix tubeless tyre sealant uses our latest new and improved free-flowing synthetic latex-based formula, which contains both rubber and mixed fibre particles which entwine together to create a strong airtight seal which can flex and stretch rather than just temporarily plugging holes. It's also non-toxic and doesn't contain ethylene glycol, which can be commonly found in tyre sealants, plus it's non-allergenic. Because of the binding properties between the liquid polymers, rubber and fibre particles, this produces a more stable solution which requires less frequent top-ups. Plus, nanotechnology allows the sealant to fully coat and cling to the inside of the tyre, ensuring maximum levels of punch protection at all times. It's also compatible with CO2 inflation systems, so it won't prematurely dry out the tyre sealant. Plus, it contains corrosion inhibitors to protect the tyres and rims. With the rim already taped up and the tubeless valve installed, we can now go ahead and mount the tyre, making sure that both your rim and tyre are tubeless compatible. There's two ways of adding tyre sealant, by either pouring the sealant directly into the tyre or injecting it through the valve. We'll show you both methods now. If you have a directional tyre, make sure it's on the correct way and fit one side of the tyre to the rim, leaving the other side of the tyre open. It's a messy mistake to discover the tyre's on the wrong way after you've added the tyre sealant. The amount of sealant required is based on the tyre's size and volume, but we do have a handy guideline printed on the side of the bottle for the suggested amount to use. Pour the required amount of sealant directly into the tyre. Fit the rest of the bead on the rim, only use tyre levers if absolutely necessary, as you run the risk of potentially damaging the rim tape, which could compromise its air sealing. To get the tyre to pop onto the rim, you'll need to add the air as quickly as possible, so you'll need either a tubeless tyre inflator or an air compressor like we're using here. Open the valve and begin inflation until you hear the tyre beads pop onto the rim. Spin the wheel to check to see if the tyre bead's correctly seated. If you see the tyre dip anywhere, then the tyre's not on correctly and will need to be reseated. Make sure that you don't exceed the maximum pressure stated on the side of the tyre when doing this. If you have a tyre and rim combination that's a little more stubborn to mount, then it's easier and less messy to use this next method. Fit the tyre fully onto the rim. Use the cap of the Uberbike AirTech valve to remove the valve core completely. This will allow for maximum airflow to allow you to quickly seat the tyre onto the rim. Once the tyre has been popped into place, let the tyre deflate and using a tubeless injector, syringe or similar, add the required amount of tyre sealant directly into the valve. Replace and tighten the valve core and reinflate your tyre to your preferred riding pressure. Finally, disperse the sealant around the inside of the tyre by rotating the wheel. Make sure the sealant covers any area where the tyre may be leaking air, and you're all done. Each time you puncture, you'll use a small amount of tyre sealant. Plus, tyres can be porous, which can slowly dry out tyre sealant too. So every few months, check your sealant levels in your tyres and top up if required. You should be able to hear the sealant splash around if you shake the wheel. We offer a guideline quantity on the side of the sealant bottle, but don't be too worried about getting this exact, as you're better off adding too much sealant than not enough. If you have any questions or comments, then please leave them in the comments section below, and thanks for watching.